Well, let's kind of get into the meat of the interview here, and one of the things that's kind of been a buzzword or talked about a little bit here is land banking downtown. Do you think that's a good idea to start maybe doing some land banking?
I think it's something to think about. I will say that it's not what my constituents are telling me is important to them. But I do think for the long-term future of the community, downtown is very important, and I think land banking may be a strategy in that. I think we have to look at cost and scale and so forth. I mean, what I like about local government in general is, to me, these are practical problems. They're not ideological problems. And so I'm not completely in favor under every circumstance, and I'm not completely opposed under every circumstance to this. I think it just depends on what the specifics of the situation are, how much is it going to cost, where's the money going to be able to come from, and then what's the thought in terms or the plan in terms of the land. So not just holding on to it with no particular idea or plan to try to use the land.
How do you feel about the direction of downtown?
I think it's moving in a very good direction. I was excited about the mayor's announcement the other day on the Anthony Wayne Bank building. I think that the Harrison will get built. I'm confident of that. It has been difficult, and a lot of times people forget that downtown development is difficult. That's just the nature of it. We think back to when many of the developments were happening in downtown Indianapolis, and for several years I remember every time I went down there was another giant hole in the ground that just stayed a hole in the ground for a long time. So people kind of forget about that and figured, well, this should just be easy, and it's not, unfortunately, and it's more difficult obviously when you have the national and international economic collapse that we have had in this country during the same time that we're trying to get the Harrison done. But I think that the number of people who are being drawn downtown is exciting. What I'm hearing from the business community is all good. You know, I have a lot of constituents that say, well, I never go downtown, so I don't care. But the thing to keep in mind is that downtown focuses not just as sort of another neighborhood, but as an area that, again, businesses look to, young professionals who those businesses want to hire look to as a barometer of how you feel about your community. And if the downtown is dead after 5 o'clock and there's nothing to do and is in bad shape and so forth, has no investment in it, then that's not the kind of message that we want to send to those folks who are going to be employing people here in the future.
Mm-hmm.